Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, you're going to have Shahna. Shahna is from Mansfield in England, in the UK. So let's see what Shahna has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello, Shahna. How are you?
Hello. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, how was your day today?
Very good, very good, very balanced. A mixture of events and more time to recharge for a busy week.
Right. Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Oh, it depends. I think it's a mixture. If it's night, then the next day it's a little bit of a later start, but a lot of the time I am quite a morning person.
Wow. And where are you from, Shahna?
So I'm from Mansfield.
Ah, okay. And for you, what's the best part of living there, in your opinion?
I'd say the community. I used to do personal training at a gym, and the community I built from there to online, and just as friends and in passing at the supermarkets and stuff, just everyone's really friendly.
You know, your family live there as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. So tell me, what do you do for work, for living?
Oh, a bit of a mixture of things because I'm a dancer. I'm mainly focusing on my dance career, but
Mhm.
I do online coaching, so fitness online from home. And
Wow,
also, I've just done a master's degree, finished last year, and so that's for dance movement psychotherapy. So that's slowly progressing whilst I'm still focusing on my dance career.
amazing. So walk me through a little bit about your dance career, how everything started, how everything got together.
Yeah, so I started when I was 7 years old, and it started out with, I don't know if you've heard of it, but freestyle disco. So it's very competitive,
Okay.
loads of tricks, very bendy and flexible, and it's just, yeah, already starting competition from a young age. But then I guess I started as my dance teacher started to build her business of the dance school,
Okay.
and yeah, as she started like progressing, adding more dance styles under her belt, I joined along with that. So before you knew it, I was doing every single night at dancing, weekends at dancing, and there wasn't really much of a social life, but there's no regrets because I developed a career out of it, really.
Wow. And nowadays, do you train every day, do you dance every day, or just certain days in the week, your schedule?
It's more certain days in the week now, because I'm trying to, like I say, get that balance. And with doing online coaching, and that also comes with classes, I'm trying not to burn out, which I did do. So it's a mixture of dancing, sort of Pilates and stretching, and also your typical HIIT classes and training in so many different intensities.
Wow. You are busy. You are very busy, I can see.
Yes.
I think it's great to be busy. I think when you are doing something that you love, something that you bring some joy at the same time as well, you're making business, you are, improving yourself. Why not? I think it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shana, so before we start our journey within the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself or something that not many people know about you?
Okay. Oh, I don't feel like I'm a very interesting person. um,
I'm sure you are. I'm sure.
um, dog. That's probably a really interesting thing. It's a big part of my life. I have a very peculiar phobia, which I've been working on, which is a button phobia. So in my room, there's no buttons. Obviously, on screen is completely fine, and the
Wow.
word's fine. But yeah, that's more people know about it over the past year, I guess. But yeah, I kept that a hidden secret for a very long time.
Interesting. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
I am ready.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got him, a best friend, full of random fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. My God, I'm so brave to be dancing in front of a professional dancer. Oh my God.
You're doing great.
So now, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? First question for you is, what bores you?
I guess sitting down for too long if I'm not resting.
And you get bored very easily?
I feel like I always have to be doing something. I always need to be feeling productive.
And you always been this way?
Yeah. From being a little girl, whether it was practicing my dance moves and gymnastics or now like a business side, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And when you, do you find some time as well through your schedule to have a moment to relax, or you know what I mean? I know when you are very busy, your tendency, it's always on the go, it's always, as I can picture myself as well. But you find some time that you can disconnect about your business, about your career, about your passion, that there's a way for you to do that?
Yes, definitely. It's taken a very long time, but now I feel like I've managed to find the tools to help me sort of reground and step away from business and just being present, really.
Amazing. Okay. Next question. Let's do it. All right. Next question is, good question. What does love mean to you?
Oh, do you know what? If you'd have asked me that about 4 years ago, I would have just, I don't know. I don't think I would have had an answer to it. And yeah, I feel like now I'm experiencing love in so many ways with my fiance, as you've met, my dog as well, like my family, like connections, really delving into the right connections for me and kind of more quality is better than quantity as such as I've got older. But yeah, I just think, what is life without love? Because then you're not living life without loving life.
Do you believe that there are different kinds of love?
Yeah, I do. I think there's, like I say, I've probably explained it there. In a way, you've got your partnership love, and that's a strong connection. You've got your love with your pets and the rest of your family as well, like unconditional love. And you've got love for people, but isn't quite unconditional love until you've developed that alliance and that connection even stronger. So yeah, I would say there's many different types of love.
I believe as well. I think love, it's, as you said, you can love your pet, you can love your partner, you can love your parents, but this amazing feeling that you feel it, you know what I mean? They are all the same, these butterflies. It's great. I think there are different kinds for sure. Can hurt sometimes, I must say, can hurt.
Yes. I think maybe that's sometimes why people avoid it, which maybe I was doing, because it's just to protect yourself, isn't it?
Absolutely. But in a way, I think it's all part of the journey. Love is a way for us. It teaches us. Love teaches us to in so many different directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot to learn about it.
Absolutely. Next question. Right. So before the next question, tell me how the online coaching career was presented to you. Walk me through a little bit.
So as a dancer, I did all of the dance training. I did 3 years down. I don't know whether you hear of Slough, Berkshire. My undergraduate degree was there, and it was fully on dance. And in the 3rd year, I'm not very academic. So in the 3rd year, you had the choice of a dissertation, writing so many words, or doing a project, because we are a creative university. So I chose a project, and it was more building it on social media, and I guess they had to see if it could turn into a business, which mine luckily has. But it was inclusive fitness. So it was just, I'd do live Facebook videos every Friday after I finished university. I'd put some tips on social media of what I know, like this is a reminder to drink your water and all of this. And then I graduated from university that same year. And
Right.
then I took a step back from it in a way because I got a dance contract in the Bahamas. So I was there for 6 months.
Wow.
So it was amazing. And I wish that I did upload content there, but I was just so tired. And I was also trying to be present as well and live life as well as work. But
Mm-hmm.
then the last 3 months of living there, I actually managed, I don't know how, because I had no qualifications, but to wean my way into opening up the gym before I started work. So
Okay.
I was able to use the machines, kind of offer advice to people, but usually they already had been to gyms before. Um, and I think my passion really, it was confirmed from there in the sense of fitness, because fitness and health come hand in hand with dancing and looking after your mental health and physical health. So, and then after a little bit, I got my qualification and
Mm-hmm.
became a full-time personal trainer at one point. And then I decided that was too much for me. There's literally early mornings, late nights, no life. I wasn't able to dance as much as I liked. So then now I feel like I've got that balance of I love dance a little bit more, but I could never let go of the online coaching, the fitness side, and the mental health and physical health.
Interesting. And when people contact you, like clients, people they are looking for help. What's so far in your career? What's something that's the most common questions or problems, or something that people want to discuss with you, or want to to that you guide them
Yeah.
somehow in a positive way?
Yeah. So I'd say the most part is for me, it's not necessarily what they're saying they need help with. It's identifying the patterns that aren't working for them, which that's not what they ask for. They ask for weight loss, they ask for strengthening, flexibility. They might have a wedding coming up and they want to feel good, maybe a little bit of the nutrition side. But a lot of it does seem to be down to accountability. Like they might slightly know what they need to do, or they might not know. And then I educate them, and a big part is educating them. But yeah, I think even though all of their goals are different, my main mission with a lot of people, not everyone, is accountability and holding them accountable, saying, okay, for your goals, you need to do 3 workouts a week. Here's your programs, and I'll see you here for a call to check in with how you're doing, sort of thing.
Most of your clients and people who contact you, they are female or male, or a mix of them?
Yeah, mainly female. I had more males when I worked in the gym because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them want to strengthen up, and believe it or not, I could spot them, which was very good. So yeah, I find with me being online now, it's more females. Occasionally, I get the client that is a male dancer, but again, although they want to strengthen up, they also want to focus on endurance and things they can do from home as well as in the gym with my programs.
I see. Okay. Next question is, what was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
Ooh. Apart from dancing and gymnastics and all of that, because I feel like that's the obvious answer, my favourite thing to do was for my cousins to come around to my nonna and granddad's, which I practically lived at. We had a trampoline on the back garden and we'd just be
Oh,
playing until the dark. And they'd come around every single week, a couple of times sometimes, and just playing on the trampoline, not worrying about anything we worry about in adult life. And even to the sense of not worrying about getting hurt or anything, just feeling free, jumping and seeing what we could do, really, playing games on the trampoline.
wow. And growing up, which person you are more close to in your family?
My granddad, definitely.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? Why is the connection between both of you? What was the connection?
I think I practically lived at my nonna and granddad's house anyway.
Okay.
And he's just always been there for me, whether it's academic, whether it's teaching me to ride a bike, but I did lose my 2 front teeth because I went over the handlebars, but I still learn, teaching me to drive as well. Like he took me for extra driving I got insured on my nonna's car, and he'd take me out at night when it was getting closer to my test to make sure I was confident enough. So kind of set me up for life, really, and I know I can always count on him.
It's it's so interesting about the love from our grandparents. Of course we
Yeah.
love our parents. There is a connection, but the love coming from our grandparents something unique, special, and different as well.
Yeah.
Somehow you feel so
Yeah.
connected then, and they protect as well. And when you have the opportunity, or no, for some reason you grow up with them, around them, it's I think it's a bless. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Ready for another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. Next question. Right. Is that a dream you always had?
Oh, I feel like I have loads, but nothing's coming to my mind now. Travel more, maybe. I have done a lot of traveling, but I think the traveling that I've done is I've done a contract and come home. I've done a contract and come home, or I've gone on holiday, I've come home. I'd quite like to island hop but keep it free. So it's like, okay, we start here. I don't know where we'll go in 2 weeks' time, but we'll book it a week before, and then we'll kind of see that way. Like, I feel like there's an element of freedom there, and yeah.
What do you like the most about being yourself, Shana? What do you like the most about being you when you think about yourself and analyze yourself? What's something that you feel like, wow, I really liked about myself? What that would be?
So I don't know whether this is answering your question, but I like how I have a willingness to grow. So I'm always looking for a lesson. And that's not to say I'm being hard on myself, but even if it's just a conversation with someone and I think, wow, like I really took something from that and I'm going to apply it to my life, or if I just take it with me and use it as advice for someone else, maybe, because I love to help people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think my willingness to learn and grow, and also people tend to say I'm like a sunshine, which sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. So it's a nice compliment and reminder to have sometimes when someone just say that.
And that's sweet, very sweet. And
Yeah.
something that when you think about yourself, that you work on it. There's something that you've been working a lot, and there's something that is always there, and you know that sometimes for some reason it holds you back, but you kind of work. There's something.
Yeah, and there's an element of satisfaction after feeling like you've got past that wall that maybe have been blocking your pathway, I don't know, for however long or even little. There's that element of just, yes, I did it. And now I can relax for a little bit before I'm like, what's next?
Next question.
Yeah.
Right, before the next one, of course, you've been, working abroad and traveling a lot. Tell me a situation that you're never going to forget, a situation that happened to you in a positive way and let's say in a challenging way as well, that's you're always going to remember, if you can share.
So I think, not to sound too deep, but my nonna passing away, because I feel like I'm just starting to connect to her again, because it's been about 4 years. And I think originally I was abroad at this point, so I had a big decision to make. Do I go home and be with my family? Do I carry on my career out here? I was in Cyprus at the time, so 4 hours away. And I did actually go home. I originally was going to go for 2 weeks. I stayed home. I didn't go back to that contract. And that's kind of where I did my personal training qualification a few months after. So although I would have loved to have been traveling a lot more regularly around that time, like it did help me go into other areas as well, because you've got some performers, dancers and everything that only have dance, which is absolutely amazing. And yeah, but it's quite nice for me to know that I've got dancing, but when the periods are quiet for dancing, I've also got my online coaching to support me. Now I've got my dance movement psychotherapy as well. So I've got more things under my belt. But yeah, the challenging thing obviously was the loss of a family, and then dealing with grief and supporting my family there. And like I say, I do feel like this past 2 years, because I almost lost a love for dance, and then I think that was my grieving process because I was always so busy on autopilot, didn't acknowledge it. Whereas
Right.
doing my dance movement psychotherapy course, we have to do a lot of inner work as well. And I think I realised that I fell out of love as such with dance, but then now I've regained that love for dance because I guess I've healed a little bit more.
I see. You know what? I made a note here when I was checking your profile. What MA stands for? MA Dance Movement. What MA stands for?
So it's masters. So do you know the master's degree?
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
So I could technically, I was going to, but I'm not going to now. If I did one more year, I could be a doctor. Like I could have a doctor's in dance movement psychotherapy. But after the 2 years of my master's degree, no, I don't want to do any more education.
Would be too much on your plate.
Definitely.
Right. Next question is: what's your idea of a perfect day?
Oh, a perfect day. Something spontaneous. So as much as I do like to have my structure as well, I love to have my morning routine. I like to try and have a nighttime routine, although that differs as well. But yeah, just again, the freedom to just be able to say, yeah, let's nip down to London for the day or Paris for the day, or even just, I don't know, let's do something that we haven't done for a very long time or ever before. Like I'd always love to do like a one of those like assault courses on the water and just be a kid basically. I think as I'm getting older, I'm sort of feeling younger. So I'm going with it.
Absolutely, and that's a great feeling. I'm the same as well. I think the oldest you get, somehow you feel very young as well. The energy comes, this natural energy. They go, oh my God, I didn't have this energy when I was like, I don't know, in my 20s, beginning of my 20s. I think it's great. It's about living life. I think nowadays people, they see age in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember growing up, I remember, seeing my grandparents like when they were 40, and I was like, my God, now, for me, look nowadays, I had the impression that they were like 70s or 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's totally the opposite. I see, still my grandmother, I see her, she's 70, and I look at her and I feel like she's only 50 something because she's on the go, she's doing her things, very, charismatic. I was like, my God, it's so fascinating to see that. You know?
Amazing. Yeah, definitely. And it is all about the feeling, isn't it? As much as age, we have to say our age and we have to remember our age, and a lot of it is around age. It is just a number, and I'm learning that more as I get older.
Totally. And sometimes we are young, and sometimes our mind can be a bit old as well. Do you know what I mean? It could be the opposite.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can relate to that.
3 questions left. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Next question is, which bad habits you wish you could stop?
Oh, okay. So probably comes with, I don't know whether it does come with being a dancer, to be fair, but I never used to like it when other people did it, but now I can relate because it won't happen now, but I like cracking my neck and cracking my back because it feels like a relief. But I know how other people hear it because I used to be like that with other people. And some people also were like, oh, how can you do that? And I'm like, it just feels so good. I've got to, like, I'm in the habit now. So because I know it annoys other people, I wish I didn't have to do that, but I don't know whether I'll ever get out of it.
You know what I'm doing now? I tend to do my finger. Oh my God, I'm like that, and sometimes unconscious. I just go like, people go like, stop it. I was like, oh my God, I even didn't realize I'm doing that.
Yeah, sometimes I don't realize until someone reacts, and I'm like, I know why you're pulling that face.
2 questions left. Let's do it. All right, so before the next question, let's see. We had the opportunity, the chance to go on a tour, to work on a tour, you know, with someone, a big star, someone that like, okay, I'd love my phone to ring one day and to be this person calling me to go on a tour, you know, to perform in their tours. Which person that would be?
Oh, to perform in their tour. Oh, there's so many. Oh, there's so many. Let me think. Who would I really, really? I always wanted to. See, it's changed now because his music's changed. Well, I guess his music's changed, but there's one song that Justin Bieber did, and it was such a good music video. I was like, I wish I was in that music video. It was Beauty and a Beat with Nicki Minaj, and they're in water splashing it about, doing flips. And I was like, I can do that. Why aren't I doing that? And so I would have loved to have been in his, but right now, I guess, if I could give you two answers, I think someone like Britney Spears. I'd have loved to have been a backing dancer for Britney Spears.
Wow, amazing. I've been actually her concert in 2004.
Really?
When Toxic came out, oh my God. Her performance, like from the beginning to the end. I mean, she's a performer. Yeah, she's a performer.
Yeah, but she's amazing.
The dancers, I was like, I remember actually, I've got still pictures at the time. It was, you know, when she was in the highest of her career, like Live Toxic was literally opening the show. And I was like, oh my goodness, the energy was just like, wow.
Yeah.
One point I thought she should cry, like break herself in half because she was doing all, you know, those things.
Yeah.
Oh, she can do that.
Yeah. She definitely gives it her all, and I think she must inspire the people she's working with. So I'd be like, I want to be a better dancer because I'm dancing with Britney Spears and she's amazing.
Next question is, what's your idea of a perfect friendship?
Perfect friendship. So somebody, well, when both of them listen, and they don't have to like the same things, but I guess there's a balance of doing what each other likes on days off or whether you live together. But yeah, just really good communication and understanding of each other, really. Knowing when someone's, if you've got this quite banterous relationship, kind of knowing when someone's having a bit more of a sensitive day, or knowing when you can give that banter, and because you both love it, it's making the connection stronger and the memories stronger as well.
Your best friends, they live in Mansfield as well or not?
I have best friends that live all over, which can make it pretty difficult at times. I've got, they're more like, I've got one in, where does she live? New York State, because I was a roommate with her in the Bahamas, and we've been on holidays together, going to a wedding next year actually, so that'll be nice.
Amazing.
And then I've got one in Manchester, which isn't too far. We try and see each other when we can. One in Derby as well, which is only like half an hour away, so really good. And like my dance friends that I dance with quite regularly as well. So yeah, scattered everywhere really.
Amazing. Ready for the last question?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last one. Right, before the last question, you know, through your career as an online coach, tell me a situation or, you know, something that happened, you know, a memory that you had with your client, something that you're never going to forget, something that, you know, always going to stand out for you when you think about your career.
Oh, with an online client, I like to give them challenges that they're competitive with themselves for, like the previous week. So as much as I don't like their sessions to be repetitive, at the end of a session I might, when they're at the most tiredest as well and ready to finish, I just like to get that little bit more out of them where they're pushing it just a little bit past the comfort zone. And I like to do an AMRAP, which is as many rounds as you can, so it stays the same for a few weeks. So say it was, I don't know, 20 burpees and 20 punches, and they've got to do as many rounds as they can. Say they got, I don't know, 5 rounds last week. Seeing their faces, and I can really think of one in particular because she had no belief of herself when she first started doing these. And then like to see them be themselves as such from the previous week, that sense of accomplishment, relief, of course, and just that they can do it. And I like to think, and with some clients, especially when they don't believe in themselves, that they carry that into their work life, their, I don't know, relationships, their hobbies, whatever it is. So there are other stories that are maybe a bit funnier. That one in particular, it aligns with most of my clients, and also I just think sends a message, because honestly, even though it's through a camera, when I see their face after, they're like, I got more than I got last week. That must mean that I'm progressing, or I'm fitter, or it's kind of making more sense in my head what the actual exercise is and stuff. And yeah, there's no, you can't put a price on that.
And sorry, and people watch this interview right now. People would like to, to do some class with you. Would you like to connect with you? What's something about, the job that you provide, the job that you do that stands out compared with other online coaches around? Something special?
Yeah, I think there's a number of things, but what a lot of feedback seems to be, so going off of what any class members or clients have said, they just feel completely safe in terms of, they know I'm not judgmental. If they do it wrong, I mean, they might have not exercised in 40 years, or they might have never used a weight before, and now they've bought some and they want to use them. So I guess it's kind of a mixture of me giving them the confidence, but just providing a safe space. I'm not going to laugh at them, and they know that. And it's not that I've had to say that, but something must come across with me in the communication that it's okay to make mistakes. And I guess sometimes I might, if I know that they're nervous, I might do it with them while still watching them, so they don't think I'm watching them. Or sometimes I will honestly say, when I first did this exercise, I did it wrong, or I needed someone to show me how to do it. And I really try and be relatable to them while still being able to push them. But you've got to build that trust first. And I think, yeah, a lot of reviews have been that I just provide a safe space and make them feel comfortable to push themselves out of the comfort zone.
Amazing. Last question is, what's the best first date have you ever been on?
Ooh, okay. So a random date. It was random. And again, like I say, I wasn't really bothered about love at one point. And yeah, I got asked to go out for a drink, as many dates start out as. And we ended up going to Chesterfield. I don't know whether you've heard of Chesterfield.
Yeah.
And it was so quiet. There was barely anyone there. And it wasn't a sit-down place or anything. So it was like, oh, we've got to dance. And I love a good dance, and so did he. Really good night. But at first, walking in, it was a bit like, oh, how's this going to go? Because is it going to be awkward? Are we going to want to go straight like home sort of thing and not really have the date? But yeah, it actually ended up being a really good night. And even though everywhere we went, it seemed to be quite quiet, it still was the best night.
Well, it was made for you, both of you. It was kind of, everything was prepared. Somehow the universe organized everything.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with fear.
Okay. Fear. Comfort.
Life.
Woo! Freedom.
Family.
Love.
Money.
Freedom.
One word for love.
One word for love. Connection.
Religion.
Belief.
Sex.
Marriage.
Politics.
Happiness.
Friendship.
Connection.
Desire.
Ooh. Passion.
Regret.
Mistake.
Success.
Career.
Wish.
Longevity.
Happiness.
Spark.
I like that. One word for Mansfield.
Community.
One word for England.
Rainy.
One word for online coach.
Physical health. That too.
And the last one now, dancing. One word.
Joy.
Let's pretend I'm going to meet Tom, your fiancé, for a
Yeah.
coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what is the most beautiful thing about Shahna? What's something that, when you met her for the first time, something that you spot straight away that she still carries on?
So he would say that I don't mind getting my feet dirty, and yeah, I'm open for a laugh. Don't take myself too seriously, and that's what he likes about me.
Oh, sweet, very sweet. Let's play now, Shahna and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before asking the question, I can see like you have a tattoo here, in your finger. Tell me the meaning, what the story behind?
There's not really much of a story. I wish it had a better one, but I think in my second year of my undergraduate degree, I always wanted a finger tattoo, and I told myself I couldn't because it'd stop me getting dance jobs. And then in lockdown, well, just after lockdown, I was like, why is it going to stop me getting dance jobs? Because it's not going to be offensive. So then I just decided to, and 2 weeks later, I just got my tattoo, which is a sun, moon, and star. So, yeah.
Can I see it properly? I remember. You see? Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's the star, the sun, and the moon. And because it's on my inside, not really many people can see it. So, yeah.
Very good. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. So what is the hardest? I don't know whether you've asked me this actually. What is the hardest lesson you've learned but ended up being the best?
Oh wow, what a great question. Wow, you put me in the spot now. Wow. I'm going through my memories now. Something hard that life taught me that it came out as a good lesson. You know what? Okay, I know. I always been very, I love following my intuition. Yeah, for me, intuition is like you need to be it's something very special about it because even though you're gonna make mistakes, but you are following your intuition. And I always had that as well. Yeah, I always had this way of following my intuition. And sometimes even though if you're gonna do something that you know is wrong, but you sometimes you just do it knowing. Yeah, we have this tendency sometimes to play with fire a little bit, just so you can get burned.
Yeah.
But I think I would go for, life showed me sometimes that, people around you, like friends, sometimes they see you in a way that you cannot see yourself. For example, I remember at a younger age, I was doing things, or I was like following my emotions. I was going through with my emotions, and my good friends, they said, William, that's not the right place to go. You are going the wrong direction. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm following my intuition, I thought. And actually, I was following my emotions. Sometimes, your emotions can be a bit mixed because, it's good when you feel these emotions, nice. But sometimes you are making it up. Sometimes you are going a direction that it's wrong, and you think like, okay, it's not the intuition, it's something about your emotion that you are following sometimes. So I think life thought, okay, you are doing that, you can get burned, and I got burned, and my friends were there, and I didn't see them. I could hear them, but I didn't want to hear the right message. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally, and that's something that life kind of, when I look back, somehow life used my friends to try to show me the message, and they were there, and I didn't want to listen to them. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And nowadays, I look back, and we had so many conversations, and I literally told them, you're completely right at the time, and I couldn't see, and not that I couldn't, I didn't want to see. It's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
I think show me that's sometimes not about what you think is good for you. Listen to people around you, because sometimes it can be tough as well. It can be you think that they are being wrong, they don't understand you, but most of the time they know. If they really love you, they know, you know what I mean? They're gonna tell you hard things as well, and they're gonna try to show you the right direction. So for sure, I think you have been, and I'm so grateful that somehow I made that mistake as well, because somehow helped me to get this idea right now. Imagine if I didn't go for that, maybe the
Exactly.
fall would be much higher, and it would be more difficult for me to recover. So I would say that for sure. I think
Yeah, that's a good
sometimes,
answer.
sometimes life try to show you, but if you don't want to see, it's gonna show you a different direction, and you're gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I like to think that like you'll always come to the same path, but it just might have been a lot longer and you wouldn't
Uh,
have had the experiences as younger, for example. But yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And I think people, your loved ones, your family, your friends, they are there to try to show you the right direction. You know what I mean? And sometimes, even though you don't want to see and you don't believe them, but sometimes they know you better than yourself. Sometimes they know you
yeah.
for sure.
Especially when emotion is involved, because we try and protect ourselves from getting hurt or
Absolutely.
yeah,
And again, all of us, we have those chance to be silly, to be, but listen to your friends. Listen to your friends. Sometimes that they know what they are doing or what they mean it. Sometimes you don't see like the clear message, and they can see from outside. So that's my now when a friend of mine give me advice, I go, okay, let's listen to it properly.
yeah,
I listen to them very properly, because I know it comes from a good place. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Then, did you enjoy the interview?
I did. It was really fun.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for bringing this positive energy that you have. I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's
Thank you
great.
for having
Great.
me.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Oh, okay. I did think of one, but I can't remember it now. I read one or heard it probably a few months back, and it has stuck with me because I think I'll probably word it wrong, but it'll mean the same. But it
Mhm.
was something like let go of who you think you're supposed to be from what people are projecting onto you, and
Wow.
just be you. Just be you. And
Oh,
I think it doesn't help with being a dancer. And sometimes I am a positive person, but sometimes when maybe you're not having a positive day, you've still got to be smiling, like, yeah, when you really don't want to be. And of course, you have to do that for your job. But I think I got to a point where I brought that into my life, and I wouldn't tell people if I was sad or if they annoyed me. And I think it got to a point where I didn't feel it either. I just be like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. And maybe I started to acknowledge it before seeing that quote, but I think that quote just really resonated with me. And it's like, it doesn't matter what people expectations are on you, just be you, because you can't go wrong then.
totally, absolutely, and I understand your point as well. Sometimes you just our tendency is to show, oh, everything is fine, but it's okay not to be fine as well. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not gonna be all the time, in the better place. You're gonna be down
Yeah.
sometimes, and it's all okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Regards again to Tom, and we keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure. Okay,
Definitely. Oh, it was so much fun. Thank you so much. Okay,
thanks so
thank you
much.
very much.
Good
Thank
night. Bye
you. You too. Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.